Hello, welcome to Review in 2, the only daily 2-minute album review podcast hosted by a guy named John Chenoweth. That's me. Today, we are going to take a look at another album from 2024 that is ScHoolboy Q's release from last year, Blue Lips. And I was a little familiar with ScHoolboy Q going into today's record. I have listened to his 2014 album Oxymoron before, thoroughly enjoyed it, so my expectations were a little high going into this record today. And we'll talk about that in just a second. ScHoolboy Q was born Quincy Matthew Hanley in what was then West Germany in 1986 to two military parents. He and his mom eventually moved back to the States, where they would find themselves in South Central Los Angeles. That is where Q eventually joined the Crips gang, got involved in some drug dealing, spent some time in jail, kind of did his thing before turning his attention to rap music, where he would eventually meet fellow artists Kendrick Lamar, Absol, J-Rock, other West Coast artists, and get heavily inspired by them. And Blue Lips, his first solo album since 2019, and what a comeback. It's got his signature sound. It's very smooth delivery, very clever wordplay along some quintessential like West Coast R&B inspired beats, some catchy hooks. It's very sonically unique. Sometimes he will flip beats in the middle of his songs and change his entire flow and delivery. So that's really fun to try and keep up with. He basically raps on this album about where he's been in the last 6 years. He talks about like depression, redemption, raps about his kids. There's even one great song where he raps about how he's fallen back in love with making rap music. So a really fun record. You feel his positive energy. Breakout tracks, Pop, Foo, Lost Times. I'll be back tomorrow with another review. Don't forget, I love you.